We constantly are asked what we are, because being unable to categorize us into a race like Asian, white, or black is an unimaginable affair. We look to magazines, media, and those around us, hoping to find others to whom we can relate, but the inability to do so can sometimes lead to confusion, self-loathing, and hate. Our very existence comes with a stigma from an all too recent intolerant past. Humanity's racial divide and need to label others is something we should all hope won't last. Why do people expect so much when so many people are against us, don't understand us, and only want to bring us down? In a society that forces conformity and can't accept us, how do we turn this around? We can't change how they view us, as something different or against the norm. But if we embrace that we are different and accept that we are proof of progress, then sooner or later, the problems that are set against us will not have meaning or form.
My grandfather is Nigerian, my nan's Welsh, and the rest of my side is English, so I come under 3/4 white, 1/4 black.
Okay, my cultural background is my dad's heritage is Jamaican and my mum is from Yorkshire, Leeds.
My dad is Jamaican and my mum's Irish.
I'm half Mauritian, half Sri Lankan.
My mum is from Guyana, which is in South America, and my dad is mixed race, so he's half Jamaican and half Scottish.
My cultural background is my dad's mum is from Jamaica and my mum is English.
I'm black British, but my mum and dad are from Ghana.
So I'm American, I'm from Tennessee in the United States.
So I was born in Guyana and my parents are Guyanese as well.
I am mixed race. I'm half English and half Ghanaian.
I'm half English, half Nigerian.
We used to be a social outcast, now we are socially accepted. But with the stigma of being big-headed is now what's expected. Apparently our caramel skin and our rainbow-colored eyes, our bountiful curly hair are the reasons why we're defined. It isn't race that segregates, it's lack of knowledge about culture.
With like predominantly white people, they're like, oh, Aaron the black guy. And then when I'm with predominantly black people, they're like, oh, Aaron the light-skinned boy. It's a bit like, I'm not black, I'm not too light, I'm mixed race. That's it. I'm just a mixture of both worlds.
Having to choose sides. Because I'd say, me being more so white than black, when people see me, they don't necessarily see that I have a black background. So when sometimes the way I dress or music I listen to, people are like, hold on, so why are you so, you know, are you putting on the front or something? That's before they know of my background. Because they'll usually be thinking, oh, he's Spanish, or he's Italian, and they'll be trying to put my name in or my daddy, you know, you say it. But no, it's Nigerian, and why do I have to tick boxes? Why do I have to tick your boxes? I do me.
That we're confused and we don't know who we are. We don't know if we're black or white, and that's right because we're mixed race. We're a mixed race. We are our own race. We're not this side or that side, you know. We have different qualities from both sides, which we love. Physically, I love my quality that I've got athletic genes, and then, but it's like with my bum's not exactly like that. It's more like a white woman's bum with a bit of me, and I love it. So it's the best of both worlds, really.
Well, it's really funny because obviously in my as an Asian woman, I'm not really particularly considered to be light-skinned. So my experience has been, I had a record deal, and when my songs came out, my experience was actually quite negative. I had a lot of dark skin hate as such.
I feel that people think that light-skinned people have better opportunities in life, and that light-skinned people think they're better than dark-skinned people, and that is not the case.
I might be really light, but my features aren't of like a proper English or proper white person, so I'll get treated differently because I look like maybe unique. I have different features, so in that case it is misconceived, because not just because you're light you get more opportunities.
That people think I think I'm too nice, so I'll take a picture. Obviously you're supposed to pose, you know, but people be like, oh, you think you're too nice. I'm not supposed to be looking ugly in the picture, am I? So, you know.
I think there's a lot, but for me the main one I get in my day-to-day is that light-skinned guys are all trouble. Like on the ladies front, we're not people that can be faithful, we get about. I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions around being light-skinned.
I think, going to what it's marketed, I think the reason why darker skinned men choose light skinned women is because it's been marketed that everything light is not only beauty, but is also softer, right? And everything dark is not only ugly, but it's hard. So when you see these light skinned girls who like really dark guys, it's because they represent something very strong.
I wish I didn't agree, but it's clear to see. You see people like Eminem, as talented as he is, he's amazing. He's one of the best. But there's people like Nas who have never won a Grammy, you know. And I mean, I hope it does open up more platforms for black people, but in 2016 there shouldn't still be a divide. And I do think that sometimes being lighter does help further your career.
I do agree. In the sense of, obviously everyone wants to have the long hair, and you look at people like Beyonce, who I'm a huge fan of, like she has her hair blonde, she's quite pale, she appeals to the masses because she's more of an in-between look. However, it's not just black people, because I find the Asian community is the worst for that. If you look at all the Bollywood films and stuff, like the leading ladies are so stunning and so white, but Asian women don't look like that at all.
I don't agree, because if you look at actors and artists like John Legend, for example, who is light skinned, and Idris Elba, they are both very successful regardless of their skin colour. We're all black regardless of what skin tone we are.
No, I don't agree, because you've got so many artists and musicians in general that have appealed on a worldwide scale. You know, you've got people like Tupac, you've got people like Queen Latifah, loads of people that I could come up with, and they've made an impact on the world, and they're dark skinned, so I don't believe that at all.
I wouldn't necessarily agree. I think it just depends on the roles that are available to actors at the moment. I wouldn't say that they're more successful because of their skin colour. I think the industry demands people to fit certain roles, and maybe if you are light skinned, there's a few more roles for you than a dark skinned person. But I think there are plenty of dark skinned actors that are very successful.
Yes, I do agree, because I do feel like people love to see a light-skinned person. Even in general, they don't even have to be on stage or in a movie or things like that. Like, people just love light-skinned people. I'm not sure exactly why. I mean, I guess it's very appealing, and I guess it's just a very attractive thing to look at. So I do feel like, yeah, I do agree.
I have biracial hair, fancy, pro-V, waves on the top, easy to comb style, rock until I encounter my naps. I'm not talking about those cute to tangle with the spray naps. I'm talking about those slave naps, like no comb brush, a man can handle the mess I am naps, like no way you were touching my hair naps, like back 10 feet up or we can dance naps. Get those roots and whiskers entangled, soaked in that same olive oil in the spaghetti sauce Ma made. I have biracial hair. Combs attracted to run freely in my fine, breezy, spinning with the most perfect part you can make until it gets to the back and breaks. I have biracial hair like Mama said all she could do with it was 2 big braids, and sometimes that was too much, so she left half of it free. Hours in the mirror, convincing myself I look just like Alicia Keys.
That's not always the case. I think that majority of us are lucky, but you do have some that have hair where it's really hard to handle because it's not exactly Afro and it's not European. It's like I use European products on my hair with oils. I use European conditioner, shampoo. I don't use grease because it's too heavy, but then I have other mixed race friends that use completely products like Dark and Lovely and really thick greasy hair. It depends which part of your heritage, your genes, you've taken them more so. So I completely disagree with that.
I think we do have good hair. But that's not, that doesn't mean that we have good hair because it's not wiry as full black hair would be, or it's not as limp as what full white hair would be. It just means we have the best of both. Like, we have nice hair, we do. That's because we have 2 wonderful worlds coming together. That's all it is. It doesn't mean black hair's bad and white hair's bad. It doesn't mean that at all. I think when you say things like that, it can just be taken to the negative side of things.
That is true in aspects, but I also do know dark-skinned people who have really nice hair, who actually have better hair than myself. So, yeah, it's not true at all.
That's not true. I've got 2 sisters. One of my sisters, they're both light-skinned. One of my sisters, she doesn't have great hair, so she actually uses weave quite a lot. And she's not happy with her hair. She's never been happy with her hair. My other sister's got better hair, I'd say, but that's not true. I mean, there's loads of light-skinned people and they just haven't been, I wouldn't say lucky, but they never got the good hair, as they say.
It's true, no? No, I'm joking, but I would say it's true, but I've seen plenty of mixed race children that have grown up in single parent households where their parents don't actually have an understanding of how to look after their hair. So I don't know, naturally it might be more desirable to have curly hair than afro. I don't know what that's down to. That might be down to society and what pressures they put on people in terms of image. But there are plenty of mixed race people, light-skinned people that don't have good hair. So I think it's just down to the individual and how they've been taught to look after it, really.
No, I disagree. Because even though I'm light skinned, like my mom is fully black, my dad's mixed race, but underneath this weave, you know, I still got, you know, a tough afro. So I don't actually think that, oh yeah, you know, being light skinned, you have better hair or something. Or even men, like sometimes they're like, oh yeah, I only like light skinned women because I want my babies to turn out light skinned, or I want my babies to have good hair. Like, no, that's not the case. You know, it depends on your genes and it depends on, you know, you basically. Don't let the skin color fool you.
Light skin versus dark skin. Why should that even matter? Why continuously make it a pattern? Should it matter if my skin is as light or as dark as night? Why do you even care? And even in the midst of my own people, I still get that stare, making me the outcast, as if it's not hard enough to forget the past. My past, which involved tears and self-hatred. What makes the lighter skin the better skin? And those of y'all that say so committing a sin, because you're killing someone within and you're dividing, ain't no different from segregation. And this time you can't blame the white man because you got yourself to blame. We got the Bloods versus the Crips. Light skin versus dark skin. What next? Fat lips versus thin lips, or brown eyes versus hazel eyes? Don't act surprised. It ain't in disguise. It don't matter if I'm light or dark, if I got brown eyes or not, if I'm skinny or fat, god damn it, I'm black. And you should see my beauty from within, not based on my skin.
in all of those races, you have light and dark, don't you? Like, you have some of those Asians that are like black, like literally where they're like blue, and even in black people as well. It's all because they can all relate to that, unfortunately. And I think that in those parts of society, the colour of your skin, maybe not so much now we're getting comfortable in who we are and we're really representing, like, to be proud, but before there's a lot of pressure to be light skinned because of the Western world, which is obviously created by the white man. But now they're realising, actually, I'm beautiful, my colour is beautiful, and it's not about, oh, the darker you are, you're beautiful. It's just, however God created you, whatever colour you came out, okay, without the tanning and the whatever you want to do, or the lightening, that's a beautiful colour, you know, and you've got to represent yourself. And it's just showing that actually, as humans, we can differentiate, even if we are from the same genes or the same place.
I think it's just because, like, times are changing now. Back in the days, obviously, everything was predominantly white, and obviously, you know, there's a lot of white actors on TV, a lot of white singers and stuff. That's all changing now, thank the Lord, and it's only going to get better. So I think there's just been this ongoing historic struggle, and obviously you have to, like, it's just the way things go. It all happens in the gay community, it happens in every community. When there's a change happening, you have to kind of go through the mix first. So what's been happening is everyone, to allow people of colour to come onto screen more, I think they've been filtered in with, like, the mixed race people have been coming. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of, does that make any sense? Kind of going through the halfway house, if you get what I mean, so we can get to where we want to be. So I think that's where the debate has been sparked. But I don't think it's as negative as we think it is. I think it's actually a really positive thing.
It's such a shame that so many cultures, unfortunately, have become victim to that, because, for example, if you have 100,000 people, if they are one unit, they are powerful. If they are united, if they are connected, but you know, that's not what you, if you're a ruler and want to control these 100,000 people, that's not what you want to do. What you want to do is divide them every little way you can. Light skin versus dark skin, lower class versus upper lower class versus middle class versus, you know, all these divisions, because then they're separated. There's a lack of sense of unity. There's a lack of love.
Because I just think it's from history. I think even from slavery times, the light-skinned people that were mixed race, you know, the mixed race maids, they were in the house, and so they actually had like a more of a dominant role. And it even comes from, like, it's just about race, and it's about history, and it's about how your upbringing. You know, my mother, she still thinks, okay, you know, the lighter skinned people have a certain dominance from dark skinned people. So I just think it's just the history, and I think the majority of the generations eventually will see that it's not the case. I would actually see that, okay, it doesn't actually matter what skin color you are, because at the end of the day, from a white perspective, you're still black. It doesn't matter if you're lighter, or if you're, you know, mixed race or anything. At the end of the day, you're still considered a black person in their eyes.
It's a very good question. I'm not too sure why it plays such a big part within the cultures. It probably dates back to colonialism and the white people coming over and telling people from these ethnicities that being dark is not something that is a good thing. The fact that being dark is something that was demonized then, I think, is probably carried on through generations to now. We might not necessarily understand why we have these debates constantly within different sections of society, but I think that would probably be the most logical answer as to why.
I don't think I had a problem with my skin or anything until people started commenting on it. And this was okay, when I told this story, you have to put yourself in the mind frame of a teenage girl growing up in a girls' school, just finding herself. Okay? Girls' school, wow. People just started commenting, like saying things like, oh Ma, you'd be so much prettier if you were light-skinned. And I'm thinking, wow. Do you really say that? Like, that's rude. And this is coming from black people as well, so it's like,
more black people than white people. White people didn't really have anything to say.
Didn't say anything. And it was a thing where at first I heard it and I just brushed it off. I was like, whatever. And then when you hear certain things like again and again and again and again, it literally sticks in your mind. Yeah. And all you can think about is literally self-fulfilling prophecy. You know? If
I say, oh my God, darling, you're so pretty, and I tell you that every day. Are you gonna start believing? And you're gonna start believing it. You are. So they're telling me, yeah, you're gonna be prettier if you're light skinned. So I remember this day, I saved up. My mum was like £10 a week back then, and I saved up for 2 weeks. So I went to the hair shop and I bought toning cream. I can't remember. Toning cream. We see you girls out there toning. We Quotation what? And that's how it started. Like, it was just a thing that I heard over and over again, and I just started to believe it. And I thought, okay, if I want to be pretty, I'm gonna have to be light skinned, and that was the way it was.
Man, skin bleaching. I mean, black and white people do it. Everyone does it, really. Everyone, if it's a white person, they want to get the darker look. If it's a black person, they usually want to get that lighter look. I don't know, man. It's just people not really accepting themselves, really. I think that's global. That's just not even just team light skin, team dark skin, mixed race. That's everybody.
But the lightening skins, I think it's absolutely terrible. I think lightening creams are used for scars and marks. That's the only reason you're supposed to use them, not to make yourself look lighter. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't even look good. They've got white faces, black hands. Like, what is going on there? And usually it looks red in the face, so it's not cool. Don't bleach your skin.
When I first had my record deal, I used to use the skin bleaching products. At one point, I even took it as far as skin lightening pills. It basically stems from hating your skin, from society kind of brainwashing you with ideas and making you feel like you're less.
I think skin bleaching is popular because I think, as I said, social media make people believe that the lighter you are, the better. And bleaching is, I guess, the cheaper option of having lighter skin, but also the damages that it does to your skin and how it makes you feel when you've done it. Do you still kind of feel good when you've bleached your skin? Because I've seen people who've bleached their skin, and I honestly believe that they look better when they were their natural skin tone than when they bleached their skin.
I think skin bleaching is popular because of the perception that lighter skinned black people are more successful in TV and film and the music industry, because most of the time when you see like a token black person on an advert or in a film, they are on the lighter spectrum of black people. I think maybe that's why. So people like it's like all stuff like body image and stuff like that, like people will see that kind of stuff being portrayed in the media as like the ideal black person and like what you're supposed to aspire to be successful. So people will subconsciously think that they need to lighten their skin to get there.
It depends on what sections of society you're looking at, I think, when you're talking about skin bleaching and it being popular. I think in certain sections of society, especially Asian, I think where, for example, their movie industry is predominantly offering roles to people with a fairer skin shade, and music industry is predominantly highlighting people with a fairer skin tone. It's natural that people within society who aim to be like those people in the starlight would maybe take extreme measures to get there.
I hate skin bleaching. Like, I think it's only now that black people started to have skin cancer. Before, black people it was never actually a thing where black people get skin cancer, never. So I think with skin cancer, with bleaching, I think it's wrong. I think, why would you change your skin color? There's so many flaws. Like, everyone has flaws, everyone has things that they're uncomfortable with. Like, everyone isn't born perfect, but you need to be actually proud of the person that you are. And I think when people, and sometimes I actually talk to people and be like, why do you actually use that product? Why do you actually like bleach your skin? Oh, I just want to get rid of my blemishes, I just want to get rid of my scars and blah. But you're not, like, you actually want to change the actual person you are.
I hope so. I think what I would like the perception to change is, because there's a lot of debates, like you were saying, about how light skin being more successful, light skin being perceived as more beautiful. But I'm like, there are light-skinned people out there. I'm not saying I'm beautiful, I'm not saying I'm gorgeous, whatever. I'm saying there are people like my breed, as such, out there that don't actually have a place in anything. It's really hard to be, because we don't have a bracket. We're literally, here's one bracket, here's another bracket, we're here, and we're just batting to and forth. And unless you come out really, really pale and you can class as white, then you'll be able to work. Or if you come out like 3 shades darker than me, you can be classed as like a light-skinned black person, then you're fine. But if you're that in-between box, it's really, really hard if you want to be an actor, a performer, or whatever. What I find personally, it's been really difficult.
I do. I think it has a chance to change. I want everybody to know that there is not always a negative connotation with being light-skinned. It is a positive thing, but there are also beautiful dark-skinned people as well. I think it can change some perspectives in the world, depending on who watches it. You know, some people are stuck in their ways, and they could care less what anybody else thinks or what they watch, what they hear. They believe what they believe, and they're going to think what they always want to think about light-skinned people. But I think it does have a chance to change the perception. Absolutely.
Hopefully, hopefully, because you can't categorize people into categories or boxes because of the color of their skin, because that's not the case. Not everybody is the same.
I hope so, because I think a lot of people have this whole light skin thing completely wrong, and I hope that our community as black people can just come together and accept each other rather than fighting against each other, because we are all black at the end of the day. We all originate from Africa. Yet we might be from the Caribbean, we might be from South America, we might be from all over the world, but we are still one community, and black people, we need to stick together. And I think that we are our own enemies because we fight against each other rather than working together. And it doesn't matter whether your mum's black or your dad's white or vice versa, or you're light skinned, we're all black.